Okay folks, this is a live draw along of John Garrity, Busker in Belfast. It's outlined already, and then I'm just gonna charcoal it. Sorry, you'll hear me drinking coffee throughout, but I'm sure that'll be a good experience for you. I'm basically starting with a pencil outline, and then from the pencil outline I want to give it some sort of charcoal outline. Because this is his beard, I'm not so worried on where these lines are. It's all very squiggly anyway. This will all be smudged in. But I want to basically block in the colors so I can come back at a later stage with the lighter black. This is more of a prominent outline color, but if I can get his beard in initially, then we're happy. So we see his beard goes around his face here, comes up into his mouth. So at this point, because his hair is really curly, as I said, you don't need to worry so much about the detail. That's actually a nose ring there. So that's a thick black. That could be mistaken for his nostril. That's his nostril there. And then that's his skin. I want to sort of smudge all that together to give it a bit of depth. So used to normally listening to music when I'm doing this. So around this point on his nose, he doesn't really have so much of an outline. So I want to keep that minimal. If I give it a big thick black outline, then that's not realistic to what is actually on here. And then create the second nostril. At this stage, it isn't really important how sort of accurate you are. We want to get around the lines, but because we'll be smudging so much, it doesn't really matter. That whole nose, some dark areas there. Right, back to this moustache. Yeah, as I said, if you like these style of videos, I can do a lot more of them. Normally I do listen to music. Music is blasting at this point, but because there's no music, fill the time with talking. I could probably keep quiet for a good bit of this as well to let you hear the sound of the actual charcoal, which is probably what you want to hear. So I would be quiet for a bit and let you hear that. So a lot of charcoal drawings, I find them more user-friendly because you can smudge. So the likes of this nose bit here, I can automatically create that shadow with just the charcoal on my finger. I want to emphasize this shadow a bit more, so I'll add a bit more black in, and then I can almost rub it out with my finger. This runs up to his eye. So you start to learn the different shapes of faces and where certain elements like the eyes, the eyebrows, the creases in the forehead sit. Most people are similar, obviously because they have like two eyes and a mouth and a nose and stuff. But yeah, certain how it lies within the composition of the face can tend to be similar for a lot of people. So that's quite a dark eyebrow. I'll darken that and I'll carry this on up to his forehead because his skin, we need some sort of colour. Carry that through, and then his heavy crease on his eye. And once again, we'll carry that up. Now he has some sort of beauty spot there. If I carry that through, that eyebrow seems to extend down, but it's not, it's quite wispy, and then joins onto his hairline, so we'll go with that. So other eye, we'll get that out of the way, then that'll give you a really good shape of the face. Strong black line there. Dies off with his eyelashes, but we don't need to worry so much about the finer details like his eyelashes yet. And then goes on through there. Heavy set iris with his pupil quite heavy set as well. And then his actual iris has colour, so we can use the colour of what we were doing for the eye, the pupil, to use that. And that actually slips around like that. And so we will draw some eyelashes in, but as I said, we're not so worried about that at this stage. This here is smudged, it goes down like that. And then there's also lines here. Eyelid is shaded. We are always coming back with the rubber at the end. The rubber I use is one of these kneading rubbers. Kneading because it's not like it's kneading. It's you squash it and roll it into place. Back to this. So we've got basic beard. The charcoal pencil I'm using, you probably want to know that as well. So they come in different thicknesses, or different, it's like a normal pencil. So if you've got a 4H pencil, it's very light. If you've got a B pencil, it's very bold. And then like you can go up to 9B where it's very dark. This here, I think with charcoal, it comes in a levels of hardness. So this is soft, so this charcoal goes on quite easy and it isn't as permanent. It's easier to potentially rub out. There is a hard pencil there, that's a medium one, so you can see the M on it here. That's medium, so it's just soft, medium and hard. Hard would be, it wouldn't run down as quick. That'll run down very quick and you'll need to sharpen it quite a bit. Another good tool I use all the time is a paintbrush. So this is a dry paintbrush. There shouldn't be anything off this, but what I can do is dig that into his beard to throw on some colour there for some shading. And if I want to give the skin any tone at this stage, I can. So if I look at this and see right around his nose, he's got tone here, and around his eyes, he's got tone here. Bring that down. So this is all very semi-permanent. It's not too bad to just go nuts with this at this stage. It's not a yeah, you can always rub it out and it's not too drastic because it is soft charcoal. But back to the beard and the hair. So he's actually got a shaved head like mine at the back, so I need to recreate that. So this will actually come across lighter all the way down to there. So that's why I've marked this bit out. So if I do some sort of hair strokes, try to keep in the same sort of line as the hair strokes, what hair strokes would be, and then I can use that paintbrush again to come through. And his ear, his hair doesn't sit over his ear because his hair is short, so I actually want to create that and bring that down. It's around his ear. It's still very much black here, so don't need to worry about that. I'll do the mouth and then I'll stop and I'll upload that to YouTube and see if you like that. If that's, once again, if that's the type of thing you want to be seeing, I can do a lot more of these. I can let you do walkthroughs of each piece that I'm doing. It's interesting to see the piece come on because obviously you can see the initial outline, but then when you see how you create it from that, it's totally cool. So we'll do the mouth here, and then we'll drink coffee first, shall we? So that's the very heavy bit of black we can see is where his teeth are. Normally teeth can be tricky, so you really want to make sure that you got the right lines for the teeth, because it's very easy to throw the teeth out, and if you throw the teeth out, it's the only thing people notice. Believe me, I've done a lot of portraits, and if the teeth are wrong, people will come and tell you the teeth are wrong. So with this, I'm gonna just smudge the rest of this. I'm even gonna smudge the teeth because I can bring the teeth up after. I'm not so worried about that. We'll keep that dark area. We'll keep that. His lips are quite big. Maybe that's how he sings so well. And we'll smudge that up through there. Smudge it across. Bring that for the lips, that's the whole lips. So you can start to see it's taking shape. That's just basically blocking in colour at this point. He's got a bit under his lip, and then this whole area here is pretty chaotic. It's darker down here, but I'm gonna make some emphasis on this face to give it some shape of some sort. He's got lines coming through there. Perfect. Yeah. Right. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for the finished piece.